Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Broku No Hero, and this is going to be the Avengers Endgame review. Now, I do want to say, guys, this is a spoiler review. So, if you have not seen the movie, guys, seriously, go see it. I do not want you to see the movie knowing these spoilers. You need to go see it yourself. It is an absolutely phenomenal movie and an end to an amazing saga. So, guys, seriously, just think about that. You want to go see the movie, not see the spoilers first. Okay? So, if you haven't seen the movie, go. If you have, stay here. I'm going to review it. Now, I know some people do non-spoiler reviews. I don't really like doing non-spoiler reviews because you can't really give a full review without explaining what you think about something without spoiling it. So, that's why I'm doing a spoiler review only the day after the movie came out in America. But, like I said, just come back when you've watched it and let me know your thoughts about the movie down below. If you've already seen it, let me know them down below right now. But I'm going to go through, and overall I'm just going to say, okay, easily a top 5 Marvel movie for me. I'm probably going to end up putting it in my top 3. If you don't know my top 3, my number 1 is Winter Soldier. My number 2 is Infinity War. My number 3 is Thor Ragnarok. So, it is very possible that this will surpass Thor Ragnarok for me, and we'll put this at the 3rd overall. I still would probably put Infinity War above it, although I'm going to go watch it again this weekend, because it's probably going to get even better. When I saw Infinity War, it was great, but when I watched it a second time, it was even better. So, if this is even better, this might even make the number 2 spot, although I highly doubt it will take over the number 1 spot of Captain America Winter Soldier. But still, guys, absolutely amazing movie. I give it probably at least a 9.5 out of 10. There are some issues, though, and I will talk about that first. I'm going to get rid of... It's like, do you want the good news or bad news first? I always pick bad news, because the good news will kind of make it better. So, but there's barely any bad news here, guys. There's not a lot of bad about this movie. One of the first, bad things is there's no post-credit scene with this movie. Now, if you want to say, well, that's not really part of the movie, I would consider post-credit scenes kind of a part of the movie. You go and you pay for the film, and that is there. So I'd say that's an extension of the movie, although it's not that big of a deal. Honestly, it's really not. That's just one of my critiques. And I do want to warn you guys, this is a review where I've only seen the movie one time. So if I do get something wrong, or if I say something wrong, then that didn't actually happen in the movie, or didn't happen the way I said it, correct me down below. It's hard to remember everything that happened in this movie. Is like almost a 3-hour movie. So much went on, and also people, were laughing and clapping. So sometimes you would miss what characters were saying because the crowd was laughing and clapping. But anyways, one of the things I didn't like is that some characters didn't seemingly get what they deserved from, based on the last movie. No Hulk versus Thanos rematch. At least I don't remember seeing it in great detail. I believe they might have, had a little bit of a thing, but I don't remember really much. I actually, in the final battle, I don't remember even seeing, Professor Hulk doing that much in the fight. But yeah, Hulk got his ass kicked in Infinity War, and Hulk didn't want to come back out, and now we didn't get to see a rematch. That was one of the things I was most excited for, was Hulk versus Thanos, to see Hulk come back, and didn't have to defeat Thanos, but for Hulk to show that, he can compete with them. But yeah, Hulk didn't really get his redemption against Thanos. Also, Peter Quill, Star-Lord, I don't think he even had an interaction with Thanos in this movie when he got his return, which was a bit disappointing. He was a big role in that battle against Thanos in Infinity War, and was a huge part in their downfall, and, he was erased by him, and he killed Gamora, his love, and, well, I don't think we even got an interaction with him. Although I guess it does make sense, because that Thanos technically isn't the one who did all that. That was a different Thanos who was dead then, but that leads me to my next criticism. And this might not be a criticism by the time I see it a second time, but basically what they did is the movie starts, the remaining Avengers get together, they travel to Thanos' planet, and they find out that Thanos had used the Infinity Stones to destroy the Infinity Stones, which, honestly, I didn't know if I really liked that they could be destroyed by themselves, but oh well. And then basically the Avengers just effortlessly fight and just kill Thanos. He doesn't even put up a fight, really. A few of the Avengers hold him down. His arm gets cut off, which had the gauntlet, and then Thor chops his head off with Stormbreaker. That's really, really it. Like, it was such an anticlimactic defeat. Now, it makes sense, because Thanos would come back, but I don't know what I thought about having a different timeline version of Thanos to be the villain of this movie. That's basically how it was, is that they'll go back in time to get the Infinity Stones, and that Thanos in the old timeline realizes that they're doing that, so he travels further in time. So this is a different Thanos. The Thanos from Infinity War, he is dead in the beginning of the movie because they kill him. The Thanos at the end of Endgame, he is a different Thanos from a different timeline. So yeah, it's really weird. I think it might have been better to somehow keep the original Thanos alive. They could have defeated him or killed him, and I don't really know. I'd have to watch it again to kind of think of my own way to do it, but that's just one thing I don't know if I didn't like that much. It wasn't terrible at all, but that's just one of my few criticisms. Also, and I'm going to make a video just on this topic, because Thor's my favorite character, but Thor was absolutely ruined in this movie. And the thing is that it's because the Russo brothers, whoever wrote the Infinity War saga, the final two movies, they put themselves in a corner. They backed themselves in a corner when it came to writing, because Thor was too strong in Infinity War, so they had to find a way to make him weak in Endgame. So they made him a fat drunk. That was stupid, in my opinion. And honestly, it just doesn't make sense that Thor becoming a fat drunk makes him so weak that him with Mjolnir is still nothing to Thanos. And that was him with Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. But with just Stormbreaker 5 years ago in Infinity War, he was almost on par with Thanos with the Gauntlet. So Thor's had a massive nerf in this. A massive nerf. It is huge. And honestly, they had to nerf him, or else this movie wouldn't exist. Or it would exist, but if Thor had kept his same level of power, he wouldn't have even needed Mjolnir in that final battle scene. He would have effortlessly basically won the war for them, and he would have killed Thanos with utter ease, because Thanos didn't have the gauntlet. So they had to nerf Thanos. They had to nerf Thor, but they did it in a bad way. But I'm going to make a whole entire video on that, and kind of think of other ways they could have corrected that, and made it so that there was way better ways they could have nerfed Thor, besides making him a fat drunk, and a fat emotional drunk. I understand why he's emotional, but after all of his character progression in Thor Ragnarok and Infinity War, that just didn't seem like the Thor that they were building up to me. I get he made a mistake, he should have went for the head, but the mistake cost him again, because him becoming a fat drunk caused the death of multiple characters in this show. And my final critique, very minor one, the first 2 hours of the movie versus the last hour. The last hour is the final battle, the first 2 hours is the build-up to that. Honestly, most people say, I've heard a lot of people say at least, that the first 2 hours are below average to average filmmaking, and the last hour is the best filmmaking ever. And overall, it makes a really good movie. I agree with the second part. The last hour is the best filmmaking I've ever seen, best battle scene I've ever seen in any fiction, not even close. But the first 2 hours were still really good, and it built up to that final battle scene. But, in my opinion, I would have taken 20 to 30 minutes off of the first 2 hours and added that onto the battle scene. And I think that would have been a bit better, because even though the first 2 hours do build up to get to that final battle, it is very, very, very slow. But still, I liked it a lot. It was really good. Now onto the mainly good things about Avengers Endgame. There's a lot more. There's lots of fan service in this movie. Like, holy crap, guys. The fan service in this movie, you have Thor wielding Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. You have Captain America wielding Mjolnir. You have the final battle scene, which that's a lot of fan service. It reminded me of like a Lord of the Rings battle. I haven't seen them in forever, but I believe there was like multiple armies gathering in Lord of the Rings to fight together. It wasn't like the humans, the dwarves. Maybe that was the Hobbit, but you had all these different armies. You had, first off, you had the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxies joining together. But then you had the Wakandans. You had whoever does the magic for Doctor Strange. For some reason, I can't think of who those people are. And then you had the Asgardians. So you had Asgardians, the Wakandans, and the magicians from Doctor Strange's group or whatever, all team up against Thanos' army. It was It was an absolutely insane thing. Honestly, this is overall a funny movie, and the whole joke with Captain America and saying that he has a nice ass. It's America's ass. Super funny stuff. And the comedy at first was funny with Thor, him being a fat drunk and being an emotional mess, but it got super old really fast for me. And I'm a bit biased. Thor is my favorite character in Marvel Comics and the MCU, so to see him like that was just not a good thing for me to see. But honestly, like, it was funny at first, then it just got stupid, and they really went on Thor being the comic relief for this movie. One thing I didn't like, I know I said this is going to be good things, but Thor, when he heard that he had the chance to get revenge on Thanos, he originally declines. That's not Thor. That is not Thor. Thor would want to get that revenge. But anyways, talk about the ending. The ending was a meaningful ending to multiple storylines. You could not write a better ending to Endgame. You have Black Widow and Hawkeye fighting each other to the death. Whoever wins the fight dies. Because if you win, like Black Widow basically won against Hawkeye, she dies so that Hawkeye can get the Soul Stone. That was an amazing way to go out. It was a much better way than, I'll die, I'll sacrifice myself, and then we'll go. No. They both wanted the other to survive. So they both fought each other, and Black Widow won. And Black Widow died. And that was a really cool way to have Black Widow die and go out. It was a very important death. Also, the way Iron Man went out. Iron Man, through his sheer genius, finds a way to steal the Infinity Stones off of Thanos' gauntlet, and then does the snap himself, but Iron Man's just a man, so all that energy, it kills him. It's Iron Man's, it's his funeral. Everybody's there for him. The little kid from Iron Man 3, everybody's there to see, Iron Man off. Tony Stark as a kid, she says she wants a cheeseburger, which is a callback to, Tony Stark. He loves cheeseburgers. It was just an amazing emotional end to Iron Man's story. When you start with Iron Man 1, and when I remember seeing that movie, I had no idea. I don't think anybody had the idea that, 11 years from now, he's going to die in this crazy of a setting. This crazy of, CGI and special effects, and this final battle against this fucking Titan who has the freaking Dragon Ball of Infinity Stones. That's a crazy death. All that he's done for the world, all that he's done for the Earth, all that he's done for New York, all that he's done for the Avengers, and now he's dead. He knew, he had a family now, and he could have just left it there, and it would have been good for him. But nope, he goes back in time, and he's going to try and save everybody, and it cost him his life. And that was an emotional way for him to go out, but it was really good. And the way that Captain America went out, he's still alive, but he can't be Captain America anymore. He's a frail old man. Because when he went back in time to bring all the items back to set the time right, Captain America stays back in time to live with Peggy, have a family, live a life, and then, he's back at the end of Endgame, and he's old again, and he passes the torch down to Sam, to Falcon. He gives him the shield. And that was a great way for him to go out. He didn't, I used to say, Cap and Iron Man need to die. Well, I think it's, better that one of them died and one just retired. Captain America, he's done. Steve Rogers, he's not Captain America anymore. He's too old. It looks like he doesn't have his powers anymore. And, yeah, he gives Sam the shield. You still have Captain America, it's just not Steve Rogers Captain America anymore. It's going to be weird. Honestly, I can't believe it that Iron Man is dead. That Steve Rogers, Captain America, is no more. It's almost like if Goku was for sure 100% dead in Dragon Ball. That's what it feels like to me. 11 years of all these movies of Iron Man. And I think it's 10 years, 9 years of all these movies of Captain America. And now they're no more. It's just weird. But it was an amazing ending, and I wouldn't change anything about it. Their story arcs were absolutely amazing, and the dynamic between the two. They were great at first, rivals, hated each other, and then they come together in the end, and Iron Man dies. Captain America, he gets to live his life. It was absolutely crazy. So, yeah, this movie was absolutely amazing. The final battle, holy shit, guys. That final battle. First off, leading up to it, Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America are fighting Thanos. Thor is almost going to be killed by Thanos. Then Mjolnir is starting to shake, and we think that Thor is going to bring it towards him, but nope, it was Captain America. And not only can Captain America wield it, he can use its lightning powers, but still, Cap is overpowered by Thanos. His weird sword thing is destroying his shield, and then Thanos' army comes, and you think that it's going to be donezo for Captain America, but nope. You hear Falcon over the radio, then all of a sudden, the entire People's Army comes to Captain America's aid. The Avengers assembled, and then it's the final battle, and holy shit, that was freaking amazing. I cannot wait to go see this movie again. But yeah, guys, I give this movie at least a 9.5 out of 10 for now. At least it's definitely in my top 5 Marvel movies of all time. Definitely top 5. I don't know my ranking. I did like a ranking list on Twitter like a few weeks ago, but my number 1 favorite is Winter Soldier. 2 is Infinity War. 3 is Thor Ragnarok. And I think that, it's at least on par with Thor Ragnarok. I would probably put it top 3 though. But if I watch it again, this might surpass Infinity War. And it might surpass Winter Soldier, although I doubt that it'll pass Winter Soldier. But still, yeah, top 3. Definitely top 5 all time for me. Top 3, most likely. But you guys if you haven't seen this, I shame you for watching this before seeing it. But seriously, go see this movie. But yeah, I'm going to do a video hopefully later this week, or this next week. I want to give time to you guys to go see it before you watch it. But yeah, I'm going to do a video on why Thor was ruined in Endgame. And I understand the Russo brothers needed to find a way to weaken Thor for this movie, or else it would have been a short battle. But there was so many other ways they could have weakened him without ruining him. But anyways, guys, that's it for my review. Hope you guys do enjoy this video. Hope you guys enjoyed an Endgame itself. Please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Peace out.